Today's session will have a lot of math. Why? Because the game wants me to make them fight a lot of things, and they have a lot of things, and there's going to be a lot of things, and the armies are doing army things, and oh, brain, owie. Anyway, welcome back to Wrath of the Righteous, guys. My name is Tommy. My hair is wet because I just got out of the shower. Hopefully, there's not an active tornado touchdown like there was at Carrying Crown last night. That was fun. There was a lot of back and forth last night. No, you were driving in it. Oh, jeez. Oh, man, I am so sorry.
I literally could not see anything in front of me. I saw water and lights.
Yeah.
Roads? What are those?
I can definitely believe that. In any case, Tim is not with us today. Adam and Nick and Jason, thank you guys so much for your support on Patreon as we begin moving into what will be the last major arc of Book 1 of Wrath of the Righteous. And it only took them 10 sessions. Nice. Fast pacing is fast, but as you can see if you look down there at the initiatives that are being rolled, I have some work to do. So I'm going to just go ahead and start those in-character reflections. You only see my face, you don't see their face. Who is very loud on my stream? It is Jason. It is Jason. I see him lighten up. Thank you, Jason. So you can put a voice to people. We'll start over there and we'll just go down from the top. So we begin the in-character reflection. I still don't have a word that rhymes with lizard, but it's with Grazik.
Yeah. Greetings, humans. I am Grazak, warrior of Apsu and of the southern riverlands. So, we have finally come to a place where there are actually survivors. This is good. Current company is still alien, rather strange to me, but at least now there are more bodies between ourselves and whatever horrors decide to spring up from the abyss to try and kill us. And, you know, some of the warm bloods here are not as bad as I thought. Every day they seem to prove to me that, you know, they're actually decent folk once you get to know them. I hope that they think the same of me.
Aw.
That is my character reflection.
And it fills my heart with joy. And real quick, if you could give us a brief what your custom race is and your class.
Yes. Well, as I said, I'm playing a paladin, and I am playing as a lizard folk paladin. Well, more accurately, I'm playing as a custom race I made called the Worm Blessed, which are essentially a more draconic sort of super version of the lizard folk. Think like how Aslanti are to humans. That is what my guys' race are to the lizard men. They are like ancestors of like the progenitor race of their kind. When, you know, dragons and big primordial reptilians still ruled the earth.
Works for me. Take that hero point, and we pass now down to the littlest of us with the most damage of us. Adam and I have been back and forth on that build. And the things that it can do.
Sized pallets, sir.
Indeed. The pellet of gentle repose, I believe, is what I saw in Discord. Anyway, Kieran, take it away, my friend.
Kieran has come to the understanding that as much as he doesn't like to do and feels responsible actually for not doing, that clearly doesn't work, as people that he's watched from womb to grave have passed him. He's always known that there were more people coming. His inaction now may have ended that cycle, and he can no longer stand on the sidelines and has to start acting. So I have changed my alignment to that of a good creature, because I can no longer sit idly by.
Seems fair to me. And if you could give us that again, the class you are playing, the race that you have made, all that fun stuff.
I'm playing a alchemist with the vivisectionist archetype. Notable thing, I took the sap adept, which is where all my damage is coming from, and I am playing the class known as the Burrell, which is a tiny fae that can fly and has hatred for demons and humans.
Good enough. And of course, Tempe is not with us today, so we'll just send it down to the biggest of us, the man with many intelligences, the man with the zappy blade. He's not a hill giant. He's his own thing. Jason, if you would.
Yes, I'm playing the custom race is called Forgekin. They are basically, think a dwarf, but the economy package instead of being fun-sized. Other than that, I'm playing a Magus with the Kinsai archetype. And as far as what's been going on with him, he's working hard to try to improve himself. We've got a little army going now, and trying to get into his Torag side. He's trying to figure out how to help people along, try to work with us as a community, not only because it's nice and a good thing to do, and it's a very good dwarf thing to do, it's also the best chance we have at survival. Because one of his background traits is he was captured to be used as a sacrifice to Baphomet, and he really doesn't want to end up on an altar again. So,
Can totally relate.
Oh, can't we all? Alrighty, fair enough. I take that hero point, and we will pick up at right where we left off at Defender's Heart. It's pretty busy. I'm not entirely sure if I am streaming right now or recording. My computer is locking up real bad, and I'm not sure why.
We'll have to start over.
We might. I don't. Hold up. I'm gonna close this. Stand by.
Sure.
Everything is lagging. I've hit the X. I might have to just flat restart my computer. I don't know what is going on, but I am. Oh, everything is. Oh, that seems to have fixed it. Okay, fair enough. I pretended to click on the X button, and that was enough to threaten my computer to violence. Fair enough. Okay, so if that part's real messy, my bad. We will move on to the next part. Like I said, Defender's Heart is really busy. If there's anything you guys want to do,
Well,
you kind of have the floor.
Thing that sorry.
No, good. You guys have the floor.
There is one thing that Grazak has forgotten. I think a lot of us have probably forgotten about because so much has happened so far. But there's a certain bundle of things that Grazak has been carrying around on his belt for the past, I don't know, what's it been, 5 days game time?
Something like that, yeah.
And they're starting to probably smell a little corpsey, and wants to get them off his hands. If he remembers correctly, Aravash Neal mentioned that the 2 traitors that we found dead in the pits, it would be a good idea to, bring their bodies, or at least parts of their bodies, back to the Crusaders to identify. And so I still have their heads hanging around.
Quite literally.
That's very fair.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
And they have long since probably expired past the point of
Gentle repose.
being edible.
Or gentle repose. Yeah, both are bad.
Grazak's not a picky eater, but he has his standards. Also, the silly little warm bloods will probably freak out. Anyways, Grazak will go back to the commander. What was the half-orc lady's name again?
Her name is Irabeth.
Irabeth, and hopefully not walk in on them sucking each other's faces.
You don't. She's very busy. You find her in the same room you found her before, over a map of Canabras.
Excuse me, green female. Sorry to interrupt you, but I have one other matter that I wanted to bring up to you.
What color are Grazik's scales?
He's like a bluish color.
Yes, blue male.
So Grazek's just going to pull out the heads and say, Aravashnil, the mage, said that I should bring these traitors' heads to be identified. They were from a few days ago. We found them in the pit that was created when Terendelev was slain by that elder demon.
I see. She motions for the heads, and assuming you hand them to her, she picks them up gingerly.
Sorry if they're a little scraped up. I got hungry on the way back up to the surface.
I have seen worse.
That was a joke.
I'm sure. Yes, unfortunately I do. We've known the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth have been in Canabras for a while. What we didn't know was the extent of it. Thank you for bringing these to our attention.
Very well. Okay, I suppose that's all then.
Okay. Did anybody else have anything they wanted to do?
Yeah, I got some bookkeeping to do.
Okay.
I'm just running up the cost. Trying to hit the magic number.
The magic number that gets you those sniper's goggles.
Oh, I want to see if anyone around camp has cold iron weapons that they're willing to part with.
You have a cold
Our
iron
team
weapon.
needs to start- I do, but a lot of us don't.
Okay. So this place is the refuge for everybody left in Canabras, more or less. There's probably more holdouts in the city, but this is probably about as good as it gets. And this is where all of the merchants have brought their stuff. So martial law has not been imposed yet to not cause people to freak out. So the merchants still have the rights to buy and sell their stuff, and they would certainly have cold iron weapons.
Sure. Does Delvin still require a cold iron weapon?
Okay, I can't necessarily use it very well unless it's
His weapon.
yeah.
That's the thing about the Kensai, is the Kensai must use that one weapon.
Right. Darn.
Yeah, if there was a dagger for a reasonable price, I would pick it up, but
Okay.
that would be about it.
Okay, fair enough.
And actually, on that note, there's a thing that happens in this part of the AP, because you guys have done what I think Paizo thought was the impossible, and you got all of these people back out in one place. So as the things are obviously moving towards something for long periods of time, Irabeth and her advisors are closed up in what has become the war room. As this is happening, Aravashnial approaches all of you at some point when all 4 of you are together. Well, my friends, I'm afraid I will be staying here and not taking part in any further excursions. He taps himself right up, basically like the bridge of his nose. I was lucky to make it back here, and I have you to thank. Surely I was meant for food for demons. Hopefully at some point someone could fix my eyes. Until then, I will stay here. I will do what I can. That said, there is a cache of goods the Rift Wardens left not far from here. You, boy! And, probably 15-year-old human boy comes running, carrying a sack, and he dumps the sack onto the floor. My friends, they are yours. And the party receives.
Whoa.
Dun dun dun.
Let me know when you're ready, Adam.
Those are magical words.
8 potions of cure serious wounds. 4 potions of lesser restoration. A 10 plus 1 evil outsider bane. This book tells me to say arrows, but I'm going to say sling bullets because that seems better for us.
That is awesome.
And a chime of opening. And in addition, there is a clattering out from what clearly is some kind of bag of holding. It looks to be a very elegant cane, the top of which, where like the head of the cane is, has been meticulously crafted into the head of a heron. As it's passed over to you, specifically like in Tempe's direction, she draws it, and it appears as if, rather than this blade being made of steel, it's been made of a bunch of feathers that have somehow been collected and like stuck together. To not shoehorn it too much, Tempe makes a knowledge religion check and notes that these are... It's hard to say from what Agathian. They may have come from Ilmancha herself, but they're the shedding of some kind of celestial being that has been cold forged together to make her a cold iron sword cane. And in addition, a couple of dwarves come a-running and just, all right, big man. And you can see they're carrying an enormous something in a sheath, not unlike what the Forgekin blade looks like. And they move over to a table and set it down. The table groans dangerously as they do so. If you're going to be out there fighting demons, and maybe devils, who knows, and cultists, and Torag knows what, you best be going out there better equipped. We don't need you dying on us. And they push it over towards you. And the leather sheath in Dwarven, it has been stamped. Size doesn't matter, but hedge your bets. And it in fact is a cold iron cold iron Forgekin blade. Oh, and there's more. Also, there is a wand of magic missiles, caster level 5th with 31 charges, and a wand of daylight with 24 charges.
How many charges on the magic missile?
31.
3-1.
Okay, wand of daylight. What are the stats on that?
Caster level 5th, 31 charges, and the daylight is 24 charges. It does not list a caster level.
Caster level.
On daylight?
I think 5.
Yeah, makes sense.
think.
It doesn't list one, so we'll say minimum.
Just as a question, what's a lockbox go for?
A lockbox? It would depend on both the...
Treasure chest.
It would depend on the quality of the lock. It would depend on the quality of the box, I would say. A simple, like, DC 10 wooden thing would probably set you back, like, 15 gold at most.
Does Grazak and Delvin have a ranged weapon?
I threw away all my javelins a long time ago.
Here, have this masterwork composite longbow of strength +2.
Ooh.
Delvin, here, have this twig. I don't know what it does. It convert to
Wait, did you say
anything?
it's a masterwork or a +1?
It's a masterwork composite longbow of strength +2.
Okay.
And Delvin is getting a what?
He's getting the same thing, but I don't know if its size converts, so it might just take a -4 to attack.
From tiny
Right.
to large.
Are there any
No,
small
It's
trees
a
nearby?
medium.
Oh, okay. If it's not magical, it doesn't scale up.
Yeah, it's just masterwork.
Oh. Okay.
But it's still a bow that gives +2 to strength.
Yeah.
Is a thing.
Okay.
What was it? Oh.
Any other book or housekeeping we need to do?
I'm selling a bunch of stuff right now that I'm going back through and making sure I can sell what I can.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so
Razak
it's a
might
dark
make
wood
a-
sword case. Now I know what it is. Now I can probably find a price for it.
It's also the sword case for Radiance.
Oh, I thought she had just put it in there.
What?
Yeah.
If it's actually the sword
Oh, I
case
totally
for
forgot
it,
about
yeah,
that. She-
we
she
can't
makes
exactly
weapons.
see that.
I mean, you could. It would be frowned upon. You might ask Grazik first.
Sure. Yeah. Wait, what were you gonna do with the sheep?
I'm looking for gold, so I was going to sell the sword case.
Yeah. I mean, Grazak wouldn't mind, but he'd probably feel like the people that were making a big deal about the sword probably would mind.
Yeah, that's why I stopped selling it. When I realized what it was, I went, maybe not.
Indeed.
Grazak has some extra gold that he can give you, though. Like you asked before about like the 580 from each of us. Like I'll
Yeah.
gladly part with that. Like
I'm also just
Yeah.
going through and selling everything that we don't need.
fair.
Yeah, now would be the time. Okay, so as that's happening, it slowly, like, the day wears on, and towards, like, mid-end of the day, something goes ding on my computer, and a bunch of mongrels begin making their way into Defender's Heart in groups of, like, 5 to 7. Irabeth is completely taken aback to see them, and they're very quick to inform just, the chief, he understands that speed is of the essence. We are going as fast as we can. Some of us may lag behind, but we arrive, and it's not long after that before. You've never seen him walking. You've never seen him not on his throne, but opening up the door about 30 minutes after the first group arrives, squeezing through the door somehow. Everyone hears just a "Lan" as Chief Soul makes his way to Defender's Heart, and several others come running. Or several other Mongrelmen, including Lan, come running.
I'm sorry, I just keep imagining all the regular people and other refugees at the Defender's Heart just freaking out when they see all these mutant Ninja Turtle villains just crawling.
Some of them are a little taken aback.
Yeah.
A man with one hand is a lobster claw and the other hand is a mantis's claw, and somehow he can still use a longbow, walks into the building, but nevertheless, it does indeed happen.
And I would definitely go over to welcome them,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
that way it's, hey, if nothing else, something large with a big pointy chunk of metal is there in case something goes wrong.
Fair enough.
Razak is ecstatic to see these tribesmen again.
As you guys arrive,
Ah, my friends.
yes, it is the lizard. And Soul from his jelly roll, basically, he withdraws you distinctly recognize it as one of the fish you left behind in the dungeon that almost TPK'd the party. It's now very dead. He throws it at you. Eat, my friend, for soon we will all join the legions of heaven together.
Not too soon, my friend.
And out comes it.
Is the fish cooked?
Just enough to where it's not going to kill someone.
All right, take a huge bite out of it.
Everyone's
I'll
pretty
eat
taken
the
aback.
whole thing in one bite at first,
Ow.
if I can.
Everyone's a little taken back at first as you bite into this thing, and then there's a and out comes a pellet from Sol, and everyone kind of as quickly a wizard comes and prestidigitates that far away from here. Irabeth comes out, shakes the chief's hand, which is more like her hand is eaten by the flabs. It is good to see you. The four of you, please, come with me. We have much to discuss.
Okay, so 331 to everyone.
Nice. Money, 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 money.
It just dawned on me that Aravashniel didn't give his good old buddy Grazak a departing gift.
He didn't, and that's because the AP says he has 2+1, or not 2. He has 2 cold iron weapons. I have given them to the people who don't have the plot weapon.
Fair enough.
Heavy lies the crown, paladin. Anyway, so we go.
This isn't me being greedy. This is Grazak being stuck with a weird foreign weapon that wants to merge with his face.
That's fair. Okay, so. Go ahead.
One quick question. The Forgekin sword, it's cold iron. Is it masterwork?
It would have to be masterwork to be cold iron, yeah.
I forget. Gotcha.
I think. I might be wrong.
Never mind.
Masterwork. At this point, they got to be masterwork.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the thing to make you feel good about everything, so they're probably masterwork.
Yeah, they have to be. Okay, so you
and
guys...
now that I think about it, it's
Good.
Special material.
Special material that breaks the DR. I hate the things you're about to fight. So you guys are brought into what is basically like the biggest room in the inn, which has been converted to the war room. Standing there is a old human man with a really aged and angular face, and strangely enough, on his left cheek there is like an eagle's talon has been tattooed running across his face. His hair is very like swept back, and he carries himself in a very formal manner. Irabeth moves out in front of you, and Sol comes in as well. Thank you for everything you've done so far, both for myself and for Canabras at large. As horrific as recent events have been, we've come to realize that they are, in fact, merely a prelude. The raising of the kite, the destruction of our ward stone, Terendilev's murder, she glances at Grazak and nods solemnly, and the assault on the city were nothing more than opening gambits. The World Wound is on the march, in a more concentrated assault than we've seen since the fall of Dresden. It's fair to say that the Lord of the Locust Host is finally making his move. The end of 100 years' war is upon us, and it falls to us to ensure victory. While the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth were scattered, those who serve the Lord of the Locust Host himself remain concentrated in Old Canabras. What we've heard from within the barricade is that the cultists are waiting for something, based on our own information, and it sounds like the vile witch Arilu Vorlesh will soon be coming to Canabras. And it appears that we've determined what she intends to do. When the Wardstone was destroyed by the Storm King, it exploded. The network along the border failed, but did not fade completely. I believe this is because a significant portion of our Wardstone still exists, and the cultists have taken it to the old Garrison in Old Canabras. From what we've learned, they're hoping to engineer a way to somehow reverse the field generated by the Wardstones, essentially to use our own greatest defense as a devastating weapon. The attack on Canabras had a predictable result, causing the Crusade to gather at the border to defend it. Some wonder why the demons haven't attacked in stronger numbers, I believe that Arilu is counting on us massing along the border, and that if she can if she can corrupt the Wardstone field, she can strike a devastating blow against us all. In effect, we've lined up for the slaughter. Vorlesh is surely seeking some object of great abyssal power, and with it she intends to turn the source of our hope into an unimaginable nightmare. We cannot hope to evacuate everyone from the border. I doubt they would give up their positions anyway. But we can still stop this from happening. We just need to have someone infiltrate the Grey Garrison, locate the Wardstone fragment, and destroy it. Quendis, if you would. And the old man reaches into what clearly is a bag of holding as it opens Great Old One Eski out. And he pulls out a silver rod, which is forked at one end, and inside the fork, nearly at the top, sits a green gemstone. He sets it on the table and pushes it towards Irabeth. The item in question is identifiable with knowledge arcana. Delvin's knowledge the planes for the locust person is the demon lord Deskari.
What about this witch, Vorlesh? Is that a name that was brought up before this?
You guys would know her as like a general on the other side at best.
Was she ever mentioned in that note that that Bahamut Inquisitor had?
Well, it would be Baphomet, not Bahamut, but I will scroll back and check.
Yeah, Baphomet, that's what I meant.
And that natural 20 was on a spellcraft check whenever he pulled the fork thing out of the bag. So...
Yeah.
Vorlesh was mentioned in the note. I shall assume command of Dresden shortly, and once Vorlesh has finished with the Wardstone and Canabris is no longer of interest to us, you are to return to my side. Both Kieran and Delvin working together can very clearly determine what sets before you is a very powerful artifact. That artifact is a Rod of Cancellation. Specifically speaking, what that does is a lot of scary stuff, more or less. I will dig it out real quick.
I'm assuming that's the weapon. That's what we need to use to destroy the Wardstone.
Mm-hmm. It's basically what it does is touch it to a magic thing, and the magic thing ceases to be magic. But since there was a real good knowledge check roll, I'll give you a little more. Okay, so if you were to sell it, you would make a fat 11,000 gold. Basically, you take this rod, you touch a magic item, the item needs to make a DC 23 will save, or the rod drains the magic out of it. The rod is a one-shot item, though. Once that happens, the rod will become brittle and basically just kind of a useless whap on the head, and it will break thing. That said, if something is drained with a Rod of Cancellation, the only way to restore it is Wish or Miracle. This is a one-shot, like if Delvin is carrying this in one hand and a magic thing in another and he trips, suddenly, man, like it connects like this, right? The magic thing ceases to be magical. One of the most powerful anythings in this part of the world.
Right.
Put it in a bag.
Okay. Could I try and make a religion check on now I completely blew that religion check to try and figure out what the Lord of Locust was, but can I do some sort of check on that tattoo that the guy has on his face?
Local Arcana would probably get you something.
Okay, I don't have those.
Well, you could try religion, I suppose.
Alright.
I know nothing.
You know nothing.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Can I roll a spellcraft check to create just regular sniper goggles?
It depends on whether or not you have the time. But to bounce farther forward, the religion check, Grazik is not sure what it means necessarily, but it's clear it's probably not uncommon for Grazik's tribe to brand themselves, to mark themselves part of the caster. It's a similar idea.
Yeah.
Why else would you have a tattoo on your face, right?
I don't know. Well, but Delvin's Baphomet tattoo definitely isn't a fashion statement for him.
Fair. I'll give you that. As for the sniper's goggles, it will take you. Regular sniper's goggles are worth 20,000 gold, and it would be 20 days of craft time to make them.
If I roll terribly.
Okay. So I'm not entirely sure what the math is for how long it would take.
I got it down. I already have what rolls I hit equals what days.
Okay.
If I hit an 18, it's done in a day and a quarter.
Okay. I'll let you roll then. Okay.
So that's 1.1 and 2/3 days.
1 and 2/3 days. Okay. The check is successful as I look at it as well. Okay, fair enough. So at this point, Kieran takes off and begins working on stuff.
Okay. And
Irabeth
that's gonna take 2 days.
turns and looks at all of you.
You guys handle getting the armies ready. I'll bring me, Lan, and Tempe, and I'll make sure we're ready to go.
Okay.
Irabeth looks visibly uncomfortable as this happens. We don't know when Vorlesh is scheduled to arrive, but it should be soon. We cannot afford to waste any more time. This must be accomplished as soon as we can. Today, if possible. There's enough of us here that we could make a distraction. I'm sure our friends would love having their hands full with multiple Crusader uprisings throughout the city. It should buy the two of you. She winces as she says the two of you. Enough time to get in and do what must be done. That said, it goes without saying that the garrison will be heavily defended.
Is there a way to sneak in?
She shakes her head. One door in the front, I'm afraid.
I am not familiar with your manner of warfare, but charging into the enemy headlong in a defended area seems like an incredibly stupid idea. At the very least, we should work out a plan of distracting the defenders.
And that is what my people will do. I'm sure they won't take everyone off it, but it'll mean you don't have to wade through entire hordes.
Oh, okay. Sorry, missed that part. Alright.
True.
Alright then.
Soul chimes up at this and Lan, and Lan knocks on the door, and the door is open, and Lan and all the mongrels that have been with you for a while, they all come in. You will stay with them, and a big flabby arm out in the direction of the party. Assist them in whatever way they desire. The rest of Neathholm will assist in the distraction. Out comes another grossness. Lan nods. As the door hangs open, joining you also is Horgus, who is suddenly slightly skinnier. He's no longer the fattest man in the room, now that Saul's here. Carries himself with a little more confidence as he comes in and, well, I'm not much of a fighter, but there's enough supplies in my manor to keep us well stocked here. Should we have to keep those distractions going for a while? It's the best I can do. He nods.
Right.
Anivia drags her leg in, and Anivia and Earbeth, they lock eyes, and warm smile crosses across the room. I think my subordinates can orchestrate the distraction well enough. By the Inheritor, I am not comfortable asking anyone to do something like this, to do anything like this, that I would not be willing to do myself. I would be honored to join you, if you would have me.
If you are sure you're not needed more here.
Isn't she still injured?
No, she's a half-orc paladin you just met.
I'm sorry, I keep getting it in Nivea and I'm mixed up. I need to pay attention.
Yes, you do.
I'm sorry.
Soul pipes up at this, and I can orchestrate it myself. It's been a while since my last raid into the Darklands, and at this point he has pulled on a breastplate that appears to be made of some chitinous something or other's carapace, and it kind of goes down to like the lower half of his belly button as the rest kind of oozes out. My armor! Something up here has caused it to shrink. But I know how to command men. We will handle this.
Why not the both of you?
Again, it is a matter of personal honor. If you'd rather I not go, then I will stay.
Why? I am confused. Why must we choose?
Because mechanically, you have like 20 soldiers, and if you would like to have one other thing running on the battlefield, this is something you realistically can say no to.
Well, but the other thing is, this is a paladin.
Yeah.
Another paladin. And that can be very useful.
No, it is. It is. I just figured, like, if we could have both of them. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. You were talking both Soul and
the
paladin?
and Americia, yeah.
Sol is committed to lead his clan. He will not be. He won't be going to Neathholm with you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Erebeth will go. The chief will not.
Okay.
Well, if there are any final preparations you need to make, I'm going to go pray. And Erebeth walks out.
I will. I would like to bring up one point.
Yes.
One of the cultists that we came with before, they mentioned that they were bringing this blade, Radiance, to trying to get their hands on it. If you want to offer a distraction, well, if I go in charging in, they'll probably be very, they'll probably immediately want to go for whoever is wielding Radiance on the battlefield. This blade is bound to me, but it could also bring about a lot of danger to ourselves if somebody goes charging into the enemy base with it. Would it be wise to entrust it to you, since you will be leading the distraction attack?
If you would like me to lead the distraction attack, I certainly can do that. That said, the blade is yours, Grazik.
In that case, I guess I'll have to let it do its thing now, and I let it merge into my mouth.
Alrighty. And
so
a shiny gold and silver grill.
Slightly more discreet than wielding a big shiny sword around.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, wait. We have the case for that. I'm sure if the enemy saw that with a group trying to run away from one of their locations, they would pass the word quickly.
That's not a bad idea, Forgekin.
Disguising disguise a sword as a golden sword like Radiance and putting it within the sheath that it came in. It could be.
At that, Aravashniel pipes up with a... It's not outside the power of prestidigitation to make something glow, I suppose. Change its color. Yes, indeed, that could work.
Excellent.
So that's the plan then? I will lead the distraction.
If you keep them
Okay.
off of us, we will just be able to break inside. Yeah.
Duly noted. Will there be anything else?
No. And know that your honor is appreciated.
She nods.
In many ways, yours is the harder road.
It is. I'll have more behind me, though. You have your group. But I should be able to fall back should it get too bad. And as for the rest of you, if you think it's going ill, though time is of the essence, please do not throw away your lives needlessly. Fall back, regroup, attack again.
Right. Okay. All right.
Well, if
Very
there's
well
nothing
then.
else, I need to go have a word with my goddess.
You do that. I shall do the same.
Alrighty. Does anyone else have any final prep they would like to do other than Kieran, who's obviously off crafting, before we hit the Great Garrison?
Would it be too much to ask before leaving if I could borrow someone else's cold iron weapon and then give it back after the raid? I'll purchase it.
You could definitely buy a cold iron anything.
All right.
As far as borrowing goes, that's a bit more of a stretch because everyone's going to need them. Yours happens to be in your mouth right
that's
now.
true. Right. Okay. What's the pricing on cold iron weapons again?
I think it's plus 300. One sec, I will confirm that. It's definitely a number. Like, it's not just like a poultry thing.
What were you looking for? Longsword, spear?
Something big and heavy.
I actually have that
Sword has
entirely
been
wrong.
useful, but
Weapons made of cold iron cost twice as much to make than their normal counterparts. So not plus 300, but just double the price. And then if you plan on carrying it around, adding any magical enhancements to a cold iron weapon increases the price of the enhancement by 2,000 gold.
sure.
But it's only applied the first time.
Okay.
And obviously you can't
So-
get like a cold iron quarterstaff, right? It has to be something
Right.
pointy, something metallic.
Grazak would like something very big, like an Earthbreaker type weapon.
Okay.
Something, if he can't tear apart with his fangs and claws, then he wants the largest thing that he can carry and just smash it.
Fair enough. A cold iron earthbreaker works. It's an awkward weapon to be cold iron. It's more like just a hammer that has like cold iron
that hammer
spikes tied on, I guess.
Like the hammerhead is just a
Yeah.
giant slab of cold iron. Perfect.
Yeah, it was actually the rumor about this weapon is that once upon a time this was what's a good giant? A storm giant's meat tenderizer, and he liked to eat demons because that's what a earthbreaker is. It's just a giant mallet with points on the end.
Yeah, it's basically just a two-handed warhammer.
Indeed. Okay, so
Razak likes this weapon. Back to my roots.
indeed.
I guess a spear would technically be more fitting, but this works too.
Yeah.
And I will pick up a sling and see if I can pick up some cold iron bullets for it.
Well, there are 10 in the party. You could split some with Kieran.
Now, Kieran's much better with the sling than I am.
Fair. Okay. Well, yeah.
If not, I'll just
Fine.
I can make do with rubble.
That's fair. Yeah, maybe you could.
I can't remember if you have the rock throwing racial ability.
I don't have the racial, but I do have the spell stone throwing. So once I cast that, I can throw a halfling.
He becomes the meme. Okay, so my next question, and yeah, you can find those sling bullets again. Just double the price. They're sold by tens.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with Grazik and make my way down the line because now we have to do a little bit further housekeeping with Tim's troops in mind as well. And I know we talked about Delvin taking them. Who does Grazik want to take?
Grazak will bring his 2 fighters and Gilliman the wizard.
Alrighty. So I will turn the ones under your control left, and you'll take your wizard. And what was the name you said?
Gilliman.
Your Mongrelman.
Oh, I don't have Mongrelman.
Oh, okay. Then I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Then.
I have 2 of the human fighters, the mercenaries,
Mm-hmm.
and
One
I
wizard.
have 1 of the librarians.
Is that all?
Yes.
Okay, got it. So yours are turned left, and then next, Delvin.
Where are they at?
You'll see him later.
Okay.
Okay, I thought I was going to run everyone that someone else was not running. However, I'm not getting the map.
Right, because the map is.
So,
I'll share it to
going
players real quick. You have the map, but it's all Fog of War right now.
Okay. That explains it. I've been having fun computer issues, so I was looking and trying to figure out, oh my goodness, what's going on?
Okay, so it sounds like everyone's coming, and Tempe, Kieran, and someone else will arrive a day behind.
Okay.
Who are the other people? I heard Lan. Anybody else,
Lan.
Adam?
No.
Okay, so then that means Adam will control the rest of Adams, and Adam has, remind me again?
I've got Lan, Jeffus, and Tormund Baller. They're wizards.
Two
But
of the
they're
wizards.
not going to do anything.
Got it. They're going to stay behind?
Yeah.
Okay, understood. I will remove their tokens from the board. So then there stands the army. I have to actually, I think that is another one of the wizards, which was Tim's, and Belthus and Nira.
That being the case, I think I can leave. I'll leave the fighter and take the mage with me.
Okay, take one
because I had 1 and 1 on my own beforehand, and I'll take the mages who now have a level of magus, and leave the fighters with the main group.
Okay, understood. So then that's all of those, and you have 2 mages, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, so let me grab their tokens really quickly. Because I just deleted a bunch of them. I will put them back on the board. Boom, you have 2. So there may be some upkeep going on once the board is revealed to make sure we have or don't have people. If there's nothing else, the Grey Garrison is pretty far from where you guys are right now. Obviously, like, there will be probably like a 30-minute head start. where Irabeth and the rest of the Crusaders all head out and start causing a ruckus, basically. Vashniel does not go with Irabeth, but she is accompanied by that old man whose name apparently is Quendus, who prestidigitates her long sword in the case to make it appear as if it is radiance. Your journey across Canabres, though of course will be much easier now, is not without danger, as you guys will be moving into the heart of the city. How do you want to go about that?
I guess it'd be smart to have Kieran scouting for us.
Remember that Kieran is coming a day behind.
Okay.
Chompy, I'll be using him to help lead.
Sure.
Okay.
I could. Are there any large, any reasonably tall buildings? Because I could also just climb up the surface of some of the larger, get a better vantage point and look out for danger as we're making our way through as well.
Yeah, that's fair. So we have one advanced scout, one person climbing and looking down. I will let the percentage dice decide your fate. Okay, so there are a couple of times where, because a lot of you aren't the quietest, the armor that you have liberated from Horgus's manor, as well as your own gear, does go cling clang, no matter how much you try to sneak around. So there are some times where there is some doubling back. There are some times where the wizards have to, silent image a distraction or something. Nevertheless, you do make it. I'm going to reveal part of the board. It's going to be a little awkward. If I could get perception checks.
Certainly can.
Tokens are on the board. They are not. I'll move them just really quickly. To note, you guys are not where I'm putting you. I'm just putting you, somewhere.
Are we still on map 2?
You're on GG.
Ah, okay.
For Grey Garrison, not for I'm trying to TPK you, to be clear.
Right. Totally believable.
Oh, hush you. Alrighty. If there's anyone missing from the board, if someone does not have enough people or too many or something of that nature, do let me know. I will put the tokens in. Okie dokie. 25 is more than good enough. A large stretch of buckled ground and rubble stretches before the Grey Garrison. We'll say you guys are 30 feet off the map from where the tokens are behind cover. An aptly named structure that squats across from the open ground that once stood before the Cathedral of St. Clydewell. The cathedral is no more. Nothing remains but a towering mound of rubble and a deep, jagged rift in the ground, which all of you remember very well, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
There is no trace of Turendalev's body. However, there are plenty of bodies all over the place. Some of them are stuck on spits, basically roasting over fires. Some have been flayed and their skin is hanging from the wall of the thing, and the rest of them is on the ground in pieces somewhere, and everything in between. There is at the very, you can't see it on the map right now, but at the very, it's a 2-story building that you're looking at. The second story does have a shutter, and not a very big one. Kieran obviously can duck his head in anywhere. Everyone else is at best squeezing, at worst not getting there, as if to let out pigeons or something like that. It's 15 feet above. It's a 2-story building. Outside, there are a pair of, and you guys both recognize them because they're not really trying to hide what they are, a pair of hideously obese nude men. They're armed with scythes and their heads have been popped off. Out from them comes what looks to be a giant worm. Its mouth opens in an X shape, almost like a blooming flower, and then there's a mouth on the inside where the center of the flower would be. They stand guarding the front door to the garrison. They have not seen you.
All right. Okay, it looks like they're within crossbow range.
That is accurate.
All right. Should we attack them? Should we attack them from range first, or just go charging in?
Part of me wants to scout around for a better way. Let's.
She did mention that there is only one way in.
Yes. But dependent on the walls, I might be able to cut us a path in using stone shape.
That is very true. Oh, one final upkeep question, just so I remember. Who is carrying the Rod of Cancellation?
Ooh. You know what? I already have the shiny sword. Why don't you carry the rod?
Please don't touch the artifact with the Rod of Cancellation. That would be bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please don't touch the artifact with the Rod of Cancellation and then roll a 1.
Yeah. I feel like there's some kind of divide by 0 ope effect when a Rod of Cancellation does that causes it. Well, you wouldn't have to worry about the Grey Garrison anymore. I'll say that. Boom.
Yeah, Delvin will carry the rod for now.
Understood. Delvin has the football.
And knowledge planes would be a good way to figure out what these thingies are, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, fair point. Hey.
Killing it. Okay, so those things are known as Vermlex. They're lower level demons that, like, in their natural form, they're basically just like worms the size of ponies. They have the ability to, when they kill a thing, I guess I should bring up the map, shouldn't I? When they kill a thing or come upon like a dead body, they have the ability to inhabit that body. That's what they've done here. They wear that body like it's armor, basically. You know more about them. They are able to see in the dark. If the wind should happen to turn in such a way that it's pointed towards you guys, they will smell you. They can burrow underground. They happen to be a little more powerful whilst inside a corpse.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right, so how do you want to do this?
One way is to just try to take both of them down as quick as possible.
Yeah, but I'm saying, do you want to do it try and start the fight from range, or just charge in there at them?
Part of me says we let Kieran find his best range while you and I charge in.
Right.
Remember, Kieran is a day behind.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
And so is Tempe.
Yeah. Then.
Oh man, wait. So does that mean that Adam's just gonna be AFK for the rest of this session?
Not necessarily.
I mean, I'm crafting something that's superfluous. If you guys came and found me, I could come along and just not get the item yet.
I mean, yeah, I would have.
The other side of that coin is it is a very powerful item for his build.
Maybe do this now.
It's a very powerful item with a drawback because I didn't want to wait 6 days, and I could get it down to the day and 2/3 that I did.
Yeah.
If I had rolled higher, I would have been able to do it in a day and a quarter.
Yeah.
Because at this point, you start hitting into diminishing returns.
Yeah, that is true. I guess it also is worth noting you guys are smart enough. The rubble of the buildings that you see both on your left and your right would provide cover. Both like to break line of sight and should things start shooting at you.
Yeah, that's my other question. What do I see with are there any
anyone up on the walls? Any?
Yeah.
No. The building is just kind of a big flat rectangle. There is no one there are no walls to be on, no one is stationed on the roof. The only thing you see is like there are what you guys would be able to pretty easily identify as like the I can't think of the technical term, but that's where you would keep the messenger pigeons and you would throw them out when you need to send a message. That's where those slats are, and that's what is supposed to go in and out of them. Of course, certainly someone could put a crossbow through and fire down.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's probably what they're waiting on.
You don't see anybody there now.
Okay.
Is it called the Rookery?
What was that on?
Is it called the Rookery?
I think it is called a rookery. Yeah, you read.
Coop. It's a coop. Rookeries are for crows.
Fair enough. I learned something today.
Yep.
What does the book call it? Calls it an airy. Oh, that makes it out like you're gonna send giant eagles out. In any case, that's the only other. There's a big door, and those are the only entrances, and so too there are the only exits.
Funnily enough, rookeries are for any group of breeding animals.
Yeah, fair enough. The more you know.
Yep.
Okay. Then you're right. If we're going to do this now, we need to close range and attack with speed.
I mean, not to be that asshole, but you could just watch the building. And if something starts happening, by all means, stop them.
Kieran has a point. You could.
Yeah.
Time is a factor, but like nothing is happening at the moment, and you're there if something were to go down.
All right.
Well, I guess killing them fast is always the better option.
Yeah. I'm just worried that I worry that we're going to get caught by scent because these things can smell us.
So mechanically speaking, their scent
Really
goes
wish
out
my
to
hair was
where Delvin's token is on the board. But you guys are farther back than that. If the wind were to, like, if y'all ended up being, the wind is blowing from you to them, they would be able to smell you more easily. That said, there's also a lot of fires going. They're, like, the smell of death has hung over Canabras for a really long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that makes
All right.
sense.
I feel like the only would be, I don't know. Without Kieran here, I feel like.
I mean, I would love to see you guys try because I think you guys can handle it, but you seem very apprehensive about doing it.
Yeah, I think that we might just be overthinking it.
Welcome to Pathfinder.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe we should just do a light blitzkrieg strike against them. Maybe we are just overthinking.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
So.
I mean, you do have quite literally an army standing at your back.
So.
Yeah.
It may not be the best army, but
there are a lot of you.
I was once told the most important thing in the game is action economy, and we have it.
Yeah.
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 As long as
So,
we don't throw
On the
it
count
away.
of 3, then.
Given what I see of the board, pick a side and a person. If you will go in through the, say, the ruins to the right, you can get your group almost there, so it's a single charge movement up to him on that side. I'll take
Oh, I was
a
just going
group
to say
to
I'm
the other
charging
way.
directly from where I'm at right now.
Hop the wall and go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do it that way.
You sound apprehensive.
Admittedly, if it was up to me, we'd have a team of archers with heavy crossbows and just take them out with no risk to anyone. But
I mean, my
that's
two
not
fighters
going to
have
work.
two crossbows, but I don't think it would really work because they are demons. So I don't know if we have
Right.
ammunition.
Several cold iron bolts would certainly be required.
Yes, and
That's what we should have purchased before we left. Oh well.
but what I will say is we should be okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so the plan is to just
And-
draw steel and run in.
Grazak is going to just charge.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll join him for the one on the left. Try to go wide. Have the ones with crossbows shoot at them while we are charging,
Okay.
because that will give us better. And then have oh goodness, I don't have that up. Both of the baby magi have burning hands. I forget, that's a cone
15 foot gun.
effect.
Yeah.
15-foot cone.
Mhm.
And I'll have one run up on each side, and one for the left, one for the right.
Okay. Understood. So if you guys could, the first thing I'll say is if you could adjust the tokens on the board to where you would like to, remember, you're 30 feet off this map, where they would like to sit, and I apologize to everyone watching on Twitch, this is going to take a second, there's a lot of folks, then we will roll initiative, assuming everyone is just going to draw steel and head in.
Okay.
As that's happening, I will move around guys on my turn.
Well, I do have an idea, but unfortunately I should have thought of it earlier. Because I probably could get rather close to them.
Do you have some
Well.
visibility?
No. And I have the lodge pin.
Which does.
Hurts really bad whenever I'm around any follower of that god.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing.
Indeed.
Well,
Well, don't forget about it for next time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. He would just yeah, he's going to he's going to cast Mage Armor on himself and move forward.
Okay. Understood. And then the next one is your wizard on the left. I have, in the time it took to get all that together, and this is not, I'm not like dragging you, but in that time, everyone else who has moved on initiative turn has moved.
Yeah, same plan.
Okay, understood. The wizards cast mage armor. The wizards move forward, and then let's see here. You're next, Delvin.
This is making me unhappy. Okay. Okay. I will use my handy dandy wand of shield and move forward.
Okay, can you make a use magic device for me?
As soon as I can get back to Fantasy Grounds. Yeah, it's almost beyond the threatening it with a. Let's see, use magic device. Ooh, I get all of +3 to this. Once it rolls.
And it fails.
Nope.
You needed a 20.
Is it on your spell list?
Oh, wait, yeah, duh, you're right.
Yes.
Never mind. Forget I called that. You're right, you're the rightest.
Okay.
Proceed. I play casters. I know how magic works.
Okay, so
So Delvin is actually where Delvin
Yeah.
appears to be on the board.
okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Can I make it to there?
Well, I haven't
Where?
seen the token move, so
Oh, okay.
probably.
Never
I don't
mind.
see why not. The walls are low enough that they're like Delvin can step over them, or in some cases, just kick through them.
How
Okay.
far are they?
Alrighty. Is that all from Delvin?
Yeah, for the
Alrighty.
moment.
So then, next up is the fighter on the right that Nick is controlling.
Okay. This one here, you mean?
Yes.
Okay. He's gonna move up and try to attack with shoot with his crossbow.
Okay, so I'm going to remind you one more time. It will take you 30 feet of movement to move to where the token is on the board.
Oh. Okay then. Am I within range of? Wait, is that within range?
So you can move 30 feet to there and they would be in range, yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that.
Alrighty, your other fighter is next.
All right. He'll have him do the same thing.
Alrighty, make those attack rolls.
I will try. 17 on the first one,
Okay. 17.
12 on the second one.
Alrighty, these guys are still technically flat-footed. So, how is life? Not the destroyed
Both of
that
them will attack the one on the left, by the way.
Noted. Okay, the 12. The second one fires, and the arrow. Basically, the verm raises the arm of its pseudo host body. The bolt pierces the arm. It seems to not care. Of course, you guys know they use the gross, corpulent, rotting body as a shield. The 17 does connect with the actual worm part, though.
Okay, let's see if it actually hurts it. Total of 9 damage, and if it has DR of some kind.
It definitely does. You would, beyond all shadow of a doubt, you would know that it has some kind of resistance to anything that is not cold iron. Nevertheless, the arrow sticks into it.
Right.
Will that be all?
Okay. Yep.
Alrighty, after both your fighters, there's some more movement that you guys don't see. And next up that is doing anything is Jason's other wizard.
Mage armor and move forward.
Alright, understood. So everybody has moved up to where they are on the board except for Grazik and Milorn, and Chompy is with. Is Chompy here? We brought Chompy. Chompy's with Graz. Or with Delvin, rather. We have to split the dinos up. It's really important for balance reasons.
Yeah.
Just moving another 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, okay, we can. That happens. Okay. So the Vermlek that got shot moves forward 30 feet, I think is my speed. As it does so, it begins incanting, and the air around all of you begins to grow really thick and heavy, as if like your body was suddenly gaining too much mass, or gravity was suddenly pushing down upon you. He can move close enough. 10, 15, 20, 25, and I need a single last thing on the board to make a will save.
Oh boy. Okay, let me do the fighters first.
Please. All right, that is a failure. That is a success.
I guess I'll have to do one for the wizard too.
That is a failure.
And now for Grezek, let me pull him up real quick.
Grazik's not in. Oh yeah, Grazik's in range. I move forward 30 feet.
Yeah.
And I can get to my freaking. This isn't a fear effect, is it?
It is not.
It might be channel negative energy.
Grazik passes.
All right. Okay.
Delvin passes.
That was Delvin. Okay, I forget. When you multi-class, you use the higher of your saves.
They
You use whatever save you recruit in each class.
They add up.
Okay.
So if you've got
A first level Magi has a +2 will, and as the Koshish mage, they had a +3. So is that a +5?
Yeah. You got it.
Man. 1?
Nevertheless, they fail. And a fail.
This isn't looking so good.
And a pass.
Oh, and Milorn, whose sheet I still haven't been able to get up.
Here, I see his mods. I have him. He didn't change at all from when you guys picked him up, so I can just grab him really fast. Milorn, you should have died so long ago, but they like the redemption arc here. Milorn passes. I need Chompy to make it as well.
Okay, and I assume he uses mine.
He uses, and passes.
This is when we turn to the GM and go, "You're a different kind of asshole."
Hey now. Okay, so
We're the ones who wanted to have a whole army of monsters or people.
I didn't.
No.
This is already here.
No.
Whenever a GM asks for anything which you're familiar,
Oh, my mistake.
And also on that note, I've never cast this spell before, so I didn't know it was only limited to a certain amount of targets. It's going to be like metagaming-ish. Now the rolls have been made, but I'm targeting it at the people who shot me, and I have a caster level of 5th, so it's the wizard number 1 and all of Grazik's people. You guys know who passed and who didn't? I will. You take half if you passed, plus that equals that for 10 points of negative energy.
Ouch.
Grazik takes half.
Mhm.
5 if you passed. And remember, I'm only targeting from this wizard here to the left. I've never cast a Mass Inflict Light Wounds before. I didn't know there was a limit. Poo-poo on them! Give me the ability to nuke my party in one shot. How dare they? Anyway, oh, that's over.
Hey, I didn't realize. That stinks. That's all right.
And more moving around in there happens.
Ouch.
And Nick, your wizard is up.
He is gonna try and cast grease on that one, on this guy.
Okay, sounds great.
Now I think that his DC for it right now is.
only we could ping targets.
Hey, we're gonna be back in roll 20 for too long. It'll be fine.
So, okay.
Once I know my DC,
I
I
think
will.
it's DC of 14? No.
Cautious mage,
Yeah.
3.
Oh, wait, no, because it's a first level spell, he has an intelligence of 17. Yeah, it's a
Okay,
casting
understood.
increase, so it's 14.
Makes sense. And it's a reflex save, is it? Is that right?
Yep.
Alrighty.
And he passes.
He adds nothing and passes.
Damn. Alright.
We will. Here's a pen. Which square did you want to target?
So the square that he's in right now,
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna designate that square as like the bottom left corner of the entire area that he greases.
Okay, gotcha.
If
So
that makes
then,
any sense.
yeah, no, I understand completely. So then, 10-foot burst is grease.
Yep.
Would be. Indeed, thank you very much. And if that will be all.
A 10-foot square.
Oh, I thought it was 10-foot burst. Thank you, Adam. Okay, Grazik is next.
Okay. So I can't charge over that wall, can I?
You cannot.
Damn. Ah, man. All right. Well. Well, I guess I'm still gonna try and. I guess I'll just move up to here.
Sure.
If I double move, can I get into range of him?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Okay, there's one quick bit of upkeep. Do I have... Unfortunately, no. I was hoping I'd have reach with my bite, but you're able to move up to him. It hisses and spits demonic bile at you as it begins to raise up its scythe to swing down.
I snarl straight back in his ugly worm face.
Beautiful. Alrighty, next up, after all of that nonsense, is Milorn. Or no, didn't. I lied. The second one will do the same thing. Almost you got to move Milorn. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This thing will target the same... Well, now I can't. Now things have moved. Boo! We will target...
From the left or from the right of the wall, and you'll hit 5 targets, which is, I think, what you can hit.
Milorn, all 3 wizards, and that fighter.
Well, no, I was saying Malorn, the 2 wizards, Delvin, and the compy.
Okay, yeah. Thank you very much, Adam. If those individuals can make will saves.
Can we use the will saves they already made?
Yeah, that's fair. That would make it go faster. So then, Milorn passed. Doing a scroll. Here we go. Here are those wizards. We have basically the second and third wizard were the only ones that failed. They will take half of this. Everyone else takes 5 points of negative energy damage.
Ugh.
Okay.
Well, my wizard's down.
Your wizard shouldn't have been hit.
Yeah,
Oh no.
No.
I am
Delvin
targeting.
wizards just took 5 damage. Malorn took
Yeah.
2.
Okay, my bad.
1,
Right.
2, 3, 4, and Chompy makes 5. Also, it is kind of dirty to target familiars, but meh. We're playing Elephant in the Room. Those things are a lot stronger than they are normally under Elephant in the Room. And Milorn is up.
Malorn casts he'll go a full burst of magic missiles at the one who just attempted to spell him.
Okay, sounds great.
So and like I said, I don't have his sheet in front of me. I apologize.
It's all good. It is definitely in the Discord if you want to find it for later, but for now I will grab him.
Yeah.
The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this. Milorn doesn't break the spell resistance of the Vermlight. So the missiles fire and they come in his direction and they kind of just wink out as they would almost connect with him.
Well, that's not nice.
It is not.
That is really not nice. These guys have a mage armor?
They do not have mage armor. They have spell resistance.
Spell resistance.
Oh. Oh
Okay.
wait, would that have come into play for the inflict light wounds because Grazak has spell resistance?
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, go ahead and roll. Or I'll roll. Hang on.
I have
for-
spell resistance. I had 14.
Nice. Hey, that's the same as these guys. Look at you go. That +2 isn't there, but I'm sure. Okay, you took no damage. Nice. I forgot you had SR. I'm not used to my players having SR this low level. Okay, so then round the second. Top of that initiative is more things that actually are relevant that will happen. You guys can all clearly see he's not trying to hide from the rookery or eyrie or wherever the birds are kept. Someone does come out with a crossbow and fire at Delvin. After which they kind of like duck back down. And let me grab this boy real quick. There are a lot of boys. Fortunately, most of the boys are the same boys. Targeting Delvin with a crossbow bolt. I have that for higher ground. Boom! And it shatters onto the wall. Never mind. Pretend I said nothing. Jason's second wizard is up.
Okay. He's he's going to step forward and flaming hands this guy.
Okay. Burning hands it is.
Yeah.
So 15-foot cone.
So that would put him. You said second wizard, right?
Yeah, the one in the middle. Alrighty.
So from there, and we shall.
Grazik is going to feel the heat on that, but he's not close enough to be. He's like just out of the cone.
Technically, I still have spell resistance, so it'll be cool.
And so does
You know
the
what?
Grimlock, so if you like,
If there was he would know enough, and he would step forward that next block to make sure.
okay, fair enough. So then
Friends don't fry. Friends do not fry friends.
friends also don't break the
That would
Grimlock
be-
spell resistance, unless you add. Well, how much do you add? How much do you add? You add your caster level, which is 1. So you're
1.
6, and then your intelligence.
Which is a 17.
At caster level.
So
Yeah, so you wouldn't be able to
So,
break it. It would
plus
fall
3.
pretty short. So it would come down to an 8, all told. Or 9, rather.
yeah,
Okay.
man.
You don't add intelligence on caster level checks for SR.
Oh, thank you very much. I love having a rules lawyer at my table for giant battles. I legitimately do. It helps a lot. I appreciate it, Adam. All right, next up is the first wizard, and then Delvin.
So is that
Okay.
or oh wait, I can't remember which wizard is my wizard. Am I the first wizard or the second wizard?
I will say Nick's wizard.
Okay. He is just gonna hang back and yeah, I'm gonna save my spells for right now.
Okay, so then Jason's other wizard, if you please.
Cast Expedience Retreat.
I will. We'll move to here and use the cantrip Hand of the Apprentice and throw his quarterstaff.
Okay, fair enough. That will break spell resistance, or rather, it is not subject to spell resistance. Make it so. Yeah, you hit him. You nailed it. That works. Okay.
And it does D6, I think. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Go gadget quarterstaff.
Go, gadget quarterstaff! Do you add your intelligence to damage with Hand of the Apprentice? I forget.
You do.
You do. Okay, fair enough. So that does somehow it whacks this thing hard enough that it actually harps it. It like basically just bounces off the flower, but then like hits some of the teeth inside the thing, and they get spat up before the quarterstaff flies back into his hand. Will that be all?
That will be all for them.
Alrighty, here come 2 more crossbow bolts at Delvin.
So here's when me being me hurts. You add your intelligence instead of your dex for throwing it.
What about-
You still add your strength for damage.
Oh, oof. Okay, then it did no damage.
Is
So
that a second crossbow guy?
There are a total of 3
Yeah.
that have they are fire down, duck over. 2 more are firing at Delvin for a 21 and a 11 to hit you.
Now, I believe the 21 hits,
Okay, understood.
even with the shield,
Mm-hmm.
because I have a dex of 12, so that's +1. So I have 10 base, +1, -1 for being large,
Right.
+3 for leather armor, +3 for
Intelligence.
my intelligence. So that's 16. So I'm at 20 with the shield.
That sounds about right. 4 piercing damage. The bolt embeds itself into your shoulder. And that does a thing. Nick's wizard is holding back. There is another move here. Oh, he moved a little faster than... Yeah, okay, neat. Okay, Grazik, you're on.
I'm going to try and smack the one in front of me with my cold iron weapon.
Okay. With the Earthbreaker?
Yep.
Alrighty, make it so.
I will just a sec. Want to make sure that I have it on my... I do have it on my... Yeah, I do. Okay.
I like the idea of Grazik running across the battlefield, biting something, and then holding his arm out, and the gold just worms down his arm.
Okay, well that's an
Arm's
11,
sword.
but I'm also going to try and make a bite attack.
And he draws the sword, and then there it is. Okay,
Oh
fair enough.
no, well, he's embedded in my mouth.
Right.
The sword's in my mouth.
I understand. I was talking about what Adam
Yeah.
said. Go ahead and try to do a bit.
Okay. Oh, it looks like that one hits.
Okay, it does not
Right.
confirm and does half damage because you're wielding a manufactured weapon. You
Right.
definitely hit.
But it, at least I don't... Okay, I did not mean to roll 2 of those.
I understand. I see the numbers. I can figure it out.
Okay. But that should be a total of 5 damage.
Right. Already there. Anything else?
Nope.
Alrighty.
That's all
Then we have Jason's wizard on the right. On your right.
my fighter. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that seemed to work well. So we're going to come up to here and we're going to Hand of the Apprentice quarterstaff again.
Okay, that hits.
And like as the joke said, I cast quarterstaff.
No, I cast quarterstaff.
Okay, so that 3 damage. I get none from strength. I do or do not get it from intelligence?
No intelligence.
Do not. So 3 it is.
And it is absorbed by the DR. And I did, in fact, skip Nick's fighters. Nick's fighters are next. My bad. Giant initiative is giant.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have fighter 1 run up. Do we technically still count the cold iron daggers as part of their inventory?
Yes.
Okay, because I want to try and chuck it at the. Fighter 1's gonna try and chuck his cold iron dagger at the word monster in front of him.
Sounds good.
Oh
And
wow!
misses wide.
Totally misses. Second fighter, want him to come up and do the crossbowmen attacking from the ramparts have cover
Yeah, they do.
within range?
And there's not cover necessary, or not ramparts necessarily, so much as they're literally shooting out a window and then ducking down. You can see tops of heads of things, but that's about it. So yeah, they would have cover.
In that case, I'm just gonna try and do the same thing with the other guy,
Okay, sounds good.
throwing their daggers.
It's not the worst idea.
See if he has a better.
That hits.
Awesome. So then that's gonna be a total of.
Hey, the good news is that breaks its DR.
Yeah, but I am just dogging it today.
It is what it is. Okay, got the blade sticks into the thing. It hisses, both the smoke coming off the demon and the demon itself. And then we have Nick's wizard is holding back. These two are going to Oh, they can't
Oh.
quite, can they? Yeah, no. Okay. So then, unless Nick, you want your wizard to do something, Grazik is.
Yeah, nah,
next.
he's already gone. Go, so it's good. It's okay.
Okay, got you. So then we go down to here. Actually, I think we go to Grazik again. I've screwed up the initiative now. It's so big.
All right.
Grazik's next turn.
Again?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Oh wait, no, I see what I did.
I thought
I jumped the initiative really wide. Delvin's up. My bad. I see exactly what I did. I scrolled down really hard.
Oh boy.
okay. I burn an arcane point. I move and I unleash my fury,
Okay, gotcha.
which, just knowing how things have gone, may not be as furious as I would like.
It will still
Oh,
be
it's adorable.
irritating.
Yeah. I don't get to do a full attack.
You do
Well,
not.
technically I do, because I only have one.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. You swing and it misses wide. Now that I have the
Okay.
initiative back under control, those guys do things that are not seen. The fighters went. That things happen, and then it goes to this boy who's going to take a 5-foot step out of the grease because it's slippery and he does not lack it.
Does the grease still technically count as difficult terrain even if he passes?
I'm pretty
Actually, no,
sure it
never
doesn't.
Okay, never mind then.
I'm gonna real quick. Creature can walk within or through the area of grease at half normal speed. Creatures do not move, do not need to make the check, so he needs to make an acrobatics check. Which I will do right here. I don't know what he adds. He beats it on the dice. So I assume he doesn't have a massive neg to his acrobatics despite inhabiting a corpulent, gross humanoid body. He does not. Okay, neat. So we step up and we are going to swing the blade of his scythe at Grazik, I think. Yeah, Grazik is the mean one. Let's attack Grazik with our scythe. Boom!
Right.
And miss wide. He will also lean out. The worm thing comes out quite a ways as he leans forward, and it kind of like writhes and wriggles out to bite at thee.
Oh,
And that also misses. Grazik's able to dodge both of them with.
boy, better be careful because this guy bites back. Very literally.
Alrighty, Jason's other wizard who is yet to throw his quarterstaff.
That seems to be the most effective so far. So,
It hasn't done any damage. Just throwing that out there.
though I just thought of something.
Okay.
Don't we?
Cold Iron Dagger.
Does the wizard have a cold iron dagger in its inventory?
I am almost certain.
Okay.
I know
Let me
for a
see.
fact that the fighters did.
The fighters definitely did. I
Yeah.
do not think cautious mage.
I
Where?
do have cautious mage up right now. I'll look.
Okay. No, it's not listing it.
They just have a quarterstaff.
Yeah.
Doggone it. I can't retcon it, so
Well, what does hit if you roll a
But-
6? Hey,
yeah,
1 damage.
we'll take it.
Sometimes you gotta take what you get. Alrighty. Duly noted. That happened. The wizard is done. There is movement inside, but you don't see Grazik's up. Or wait, no, Grazik's not up. There is. I
Does
think
Chompy do anything?
we're throwing-
My problem is I don't have his stats up, and my computer's moving slowly enough. I basically can't do that and stay in the fight.
Makes sense.
So I'm just going to move him into a good hidey spot where he doesn't get
Whacked.
hit. Yeah.
Okay. Then it passes to Grazik.
Okay. Well, so let's try smacking him at the second time.
Y'all ready?
Yeah. Hold on. Bring the hammer down.
That hits.
Hey. Hey. And that's going to hit for
Quite a bit.
I
And that brings his... Nice.
measure. I'll try and go for the bite attack too.
Okie dokie. Also connects.
So a total of 28 damage, or not 28 damage, 25 damage.
Duly noted. And is that half strength coming from your bite attack?
Yeah, it is, but does power attack technically... Oh, wait. Power attack, it's half, so subtract. Okay, hold on. I have half of my strength, which would equal +2.
Mm-hmm.
The +1 from cold iron, and then another +1 since I'm technically still power attacking with it.
Got you. Okay, so flavor that kill.
As I bring it down, the hammer down on the monster's head, I basically like imagine like an uppercut with the hammer. I dislodge the worm from its body as it comes flying back down. I just catch it in my jaws and crush it between my teeth.
Okay, fair enough. And it screams, and the body kind of like collapses into nothing as you basically deworm this corpse. And out it comes, writhing and screaming, and then it dies on the ground.
It's just like crunch.
Yeah, basically. Alrighty.
Like when you try to catch like a grape when you toss it up into the air. Basically doing the same thing, except instead of tossing, I'm just uppercutting it into the air with the hammer.
Makes sense. I like it. Okay, cool. Then it passes if you are all done.
Yup.
As a swift action. Well, first I'm going to 5-foot step back. Then, as a swift action, you guys see the body of this guy kind of just collapse onto the ground as the... Well, no, rather... As a swift action, the head of the thing goes down inside the corpse to then burst forth from its stomach. Gore flies everywhere. As that happens, it does some extra effects to itself. These guys are actually kind of cool. Almost used them in the fight at the library. That happens to it for that plus another number, and then it goes underground.
Oh boy.
I will make it invisible, and it will go. My burrow speed is that, and it has moved to a place, and it passes now to Millarn.
Oh dear.
Okay. Malorn at this point is feeling very lonely. So he's going to move up to here, and he is going to ready with a crossbow bolt anywhere south of him.
Okay, makes sense to me. Then we pass up to round the third, and the first thing that happens in round the third is... I feel like these guys would pick their targets. Yeah, here comes another crossbow bolt. And it goes at Delvin for 20, which I think is exactly what I need to hit you.
Which is exactly.
For 4 points of piercing damage as you continue to just see various... You guys are close enough now. You can see no two of them look alike, but all of them look faintly demonic. Basically just a horde of tieflings up, fire down. And it is on Jason's next wizard.
Yeah, just Uh, yeah. Their best bet is full action run for the door.
Okay, understood.
So, believe gonna run and back to the wall.
Okay, got you. And so it was. And and your next wizard is next. Things happen that you are not aware of.
Oh dear.
Okay,
Same difference.
understood. Then it goes to Delphin.
Uh, at the moment, that's the best thing I can do either. So I will charge the gate
Okay.
and if I can grab him instead of the map,
That would be nice.
and
Yeah.
Chompy will sprint to up here.
Okay, understood. Then after old Delvin is that thing, then that thing, then that thing, then Nick's. Both of Nick's fighters will be able to move before anything would interrupt them.
Okay. Ooh, what about my wizard?
Your wizard moves considerably farther down the initiative.
Okay. Sorry, I forgot about them. Well, I'm gonna have. You know what? I'm gonna have them ready, pull out their swords and ready in action to attack, in case the worm tries to jump back out.
Okay, understood.
I'm assuming something like that might happen.
It's a
rather than warn them
reasonable
and just
conclusion.
Be ready.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, so
So
then
I'll let them hang back for now and wait for my other wizard to come up to meet them because he's still hanging out in the back.
Mm-hmm.
In the back of the
Alright, so let me jump over here really quickly. I will very carefully, I will reveal more of the board. Delvin, really everyone has been able to see this the whole time. The shots are coming from the left side of the building, from the second floor. And one of them is going to try to take another shot at Delvin again. Running up to the door, there's still it has to lean out to be able to shoot, but it still has unobstructed anything. And here comes the shot, and never mind. It's clearly very obstructed. Can't hit a thing. Okay, so then that happens, then we'll try one more time.
Do we still have all the potions that we were given by Vashniel in our inventory?
Yes.
Okay. We never bothered discussing who would get what.
Call it an error in your favor. Okay, Jason's third wizard.
Also is going to sprint up to the wall.
Okay, sounds good to me. Then that happens, then those happen, then there's a move action. 5, 10, 15, 20. The worm bursts out of the ground here. And I will need... Let me make sure I can do that more than once in a day. I'm pretty sure I can. I don't want to start spamming spells that I don't have. That's not very nice. I have it as a whoop, boop, ba-doop, ba-doop. I have it that many. Neato. Okay, so Grazik, both of Grazik's fighters, and 5, 10, 15, 20, and Milorn. You 4. Will saves. I'll roll Milorn's. Whoa, whoa. Milorn passes. Grazik. Woof. Real bad.
That was.
Oh, wait, hold on. One sec. I break your spell resistance.
Okay. Whew. All right.
Oof.
Fighter 1. Oh, Jesus.
Indeed. All right, so Malorn takes half.
Okay.
Vroom, vroom goes the car. And let me make sure I have that right. It is that, and boom, bam! 8 points of negative energy.
Okay, well, my fighter 1 is now staggered.
She's at exactly 0.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Now, quick question. Malorn's readied action with the crossbow?
Yep, it would resolve. And it would
Miss,
I'm
I'm
sure it misses. I don't think he adds more than like 3 or 4.
Nope.
Alrighty, fair enough. The bolt whizzes.
Oh wait, you rolled a 20 on that spell resistance, so that did break through.
It would have broken through regardless against you. Like, it didn't need to crit. It adds more than the thing. Like I said, I did break your spell resistance. You did fail the save. You do take 8 points of negative energy damage. And then it's your wizard's turn.
Oof. Okay, well, he is gonna come running up and start fishing out some health potions.
Okay. Understood. So then that would take him a double move, basically.
Yeah.
Then the next thing that happens is really fun. Oh, I've been wanting to do this one for a while. Can I get a... well, no, you don't need to make perception checks or anything. You guys see sailing through the air from the same direction as where the crossbow bolts are coming from. It's about the size of like a Dasani water bottle, except of course it's made of glass and it seems to be filled with water. It wheels overhead. It lands. He's more than capable of hitting the square he wishes to hit, even with his negs. It lands. I want to make sure I can catch all the wizards with this. I'm pretty sure I can.
Oh dear.
But I will double check. Be double great for the both of us, Dewey. I really need to watch Walk Hard to Dewey
I've
Cock
had the
story again.
wizards being on the front line.
Rapid Righteous Treasures. There it is. Okie dokie. It explodes how? Oh, nice. Okay, so I'll draw it on the board. The square we were targeting was the bottom right for Delvin. So here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15 wall. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's when it breaks, the what appears to be water inside the bottle rapidly starts to fizz, and for like half a second it's gas. Then it melts away into basically just invisible vapor, but all 5 of the individuals there can feel their skin itch, can feel like their nostrils start to flare up, and Chompy the Compy, and
Yeah.
the wizards in Delvin fortitude saves all around.
Thanks.
Stinking cloud, anyone?
Well, that could have been way worse.
Yep.
Okay, Delvin does
It's not
fail.
like acid cloud.
Chompy.
Also fails.
Now, wait a second.
Maybe y'all did need Karen in here. If we're gonna get 2
Oh.
inflict wounds.
Add 2 to both of those. If a 15 makes it, Chompy's okay.
Okay, a 15 does pass. And then I need all 3 of them wizards. That is the number they needed. And that is also a pet. Man, these wizards. Strong stuff. The best stuff. Best stuff. So it's just Delvin that fails. Hey, look at that. Okay. I will roll a d8 to determine what happens to you. That. Then I'll roll this. Boom. 3 points of acid damage as the rapidly invisible turning vapors begin to eat into your flesh. It burns. It burns us! Next is Garazak.
Okay, now I'm sitting on the corner of this wall. Can I charge from here?
Oh, excuse me. Where did you start?
I started here. I
Okay.
guess it's irrelevant if I can't because I'll just move here anyway. And
You
smack
can.
it. If
You
the
could
is
charge
only a
there.
Okay. The charge is only a +1 on the attack, right?
+2 to attack, -2 to armor class.
Okay. You know what? I got good armor class anyway, so that's okay. I will eat up that -2.
Okay, sounds good.
And I will swing with my Earthbreaker hammer.
And it connects.
And I will connect. Let's see for how much damage do I hit it. Oh wait, what am I doing? Okay, my bad. I don't know what I'm doing. I am.
That's the spirit.
I'm just clicking buttons.
Yay, dice!
Okay,
Noted.
12. And I can only make one
crunch.
attack on a charge, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Why did I bother charging? That's okay.
Well, you got +2 to hit. The hammer sinks into this thing. It hisses in your direction. And Milorn.
It evacuated the corpse, right?
Yes, this one is no longer in a corpse. Which, worth noting, is that now it is a lot easier to hit. And Hugh Milorn is up.
Okay, since it's out, he'll go after it with his crossbow again.
Okay.
14 plus his mods.
Right, 14 hits.
Okay. And I forget, his is a light crossbow, so that's a D8.
Mm-hmm. So I'll just... Yours is also good. In any case, it doesn't break his DI. The bolt just kind of breaks.
Hmm.
Anything else from our dwarvy friend?
Nope.
Alrighty. So then it comes to the next round, and it's both of Jason's wizards will be able to move before. Well, no, I'm gonna shoot at Jason once. Here we go. Gotta do a pop, pop for 14, which hits your mage armor and away. And both of your wizards, wizard 1, wizard 2.
Can they will try to open the doors.
The door's locked.
Rats. I don't have.
Try and sunder it.
Or stone shape it.
Wait, we had that that opening chime.
You guys
Oh.
are carrying a chime of opening, yes. Which you would know is not
Yeah.
a chime of disillusionment. No, curse you, bad
Nope.
SRD. Chime of opening from Pathfinder. Okay, so then that is a. I assume it works. A chime of opening is a hollow mithril tube about 1 foot long. When struck, it sends forth magical vibrations that causes locks, lids, doors, valves, and portals to open. It functions against normal bars, shackles, chains, bolts, and so on, and automatically dispels a hold portal. So from where he's standing, he could point the chime of opening and ping, and it would no longer be locked.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Duly noted.
I'll have. I say number 1 grabs it from my belt, whacks it at the door, and number 2 kicks the door open.
Okay. Sounds good.
If it's locked, you have to make a DC check versus the disabled device check to open the lock.
Oh, gee, really? Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. They do not have.
You'd be rolling d20 plus 11. That being the
So
caster level of the
14.
item. Against the DC of the lock. That is not enough, unfortunately. Never mind, there is no kick open. There's a The vibration hits it, the lock kind of jiggles, but it doesn't get there.
And we now have 9 charges.
Thank you, Adam.
Yeah.
Just give us Mythic and I won't care so much.
You're almost there.
Yeah.
Anyway, if that's all from the wizards.
That's all for the wizards. Those two.
Delvin does go right after.
Okay. I'm tired of being shot because I'm large.
You are a big target.
And I'm about to become bigger.
Is he a big target or is he a large target?
Quiet, you!
No, technically he's going to be, I believe, a huge target.
Okay.
Oh
We
boy.
Trendlev scale, let's get bigger.
To cast in large person?
He's using
To
alter
cast in
self,
large
I imagine,
persons.
to make himself.
Alrighty.
Is he using Alter Self to go huge?
Yes.
So thing about that. Hang on one second. Now I gotta check that. Can
Yeah,
you do that with alter self?
Yeah. Can you make yourself that big?
Alter self. Bang. When you cast the spell, you can assume the form of any small or medium creature of the humanoid type. If the form you assume has any of the following abilities, ha-cha-cha-cha-cha, so you can't become huge with it, unfortunately.
Okay.
I mean,
I misunderstood that.
That's all good.
the wizard next to you probably has enlarged person.
Yeah.
Well, I have enlarged person on my list too, so I'll cast enlarged person.
All right, the casting takes 1 round, and we will pass down to. And I learned that from Adam when I met him in St. Louis. I had run that as standard
Yep.
actions for a very long time. Alrighty. So then we have a pair of.
Make your cast defensively check so when he shoots you and inevitably hits you, you don't have to make a caster check.
Would you like to cast defensively? That is
Okay.
fair.
Yes, I shall.
Mr. Combat Casting.
And that it's that plus intelligence,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
or
And your caster level.
Right.
It's 7
Okay.
plus your caster level plus your intelligence modifier versus
Versus a 17.
yeah.
so
which you have
plus
exactly.
4 for the yes.
You have combat casting as a magus, unless your archetype traded it out, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't. So,
No, it doesn't.
noted.
Yeah, it's like 15 plus double spell level.
Mm-hmm. You're right. So then Delvin is gone. Things happen there. Things happen here, like this. And it was like that. You could go with this, or you could go with that. Or you could go with this, or you could go with that. And I'm going to sell you guys a weird looking boxcar, I guess. And then it passes to Nick's fighters.
Well, okay, they don't have. Are you guys? How okay are you guys with having our NPCs using the cure serious wound potions that we just got?
Not. I'm not okay with that at all.
Okay. Because because they are like on the verge of death.
We have 8 cure light wounds potions. Use those first.
Didn't we get 8 cure serious wounds potions?
Yes, we have both.
Yes,
We have
but we have both.
Oh,
And also
okay.
lay on hands.
Yes. All right. Well, in that case, sorry, I forgot about the cure light wound spells. Then I think my fighters are just gonna guzzle those real quick.
Okay, understood. You can go ahead and roll for those.
Yep.
And then I have 2 more shots at Jason. Boom. And it's real bad, and boom. Okay. I will
Okay.
do that. Unfortunately, an 11 probably fails to confirm against Jason.
Yes.
there. And then we're going to go to my regular boring damage. a single point of piercing damage. And really quickly, if both of the wizards plus Delvin could make fort saves again for me. And Chompy as well.
Okay.
Chompy the copy.
Chompy the copy! I forgot to call this before, but it happened at the start of your turn. Okay. That feels bad. That feels good.
It does.
That feels even better.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not for me.
That one passes as well. So then it's just Delvin who fails. The Delvin's wizard. All three of the wizards and Chompy pass. There's nothing worse for a fumble. This round,
I mean, you could re-roll.
you could use your hero point if you
Herb
like.
have a 0 point.
No, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need it coming up.
Okay, understood. 4 points of acid damage again.
4?
Mm-hmm.
Copy.
All 4. And then there were shots that happened, and then it's on Jason's wizard number 3. It may come down to running over to the chime of opening and passing it back and forth and just trying to fire it at the door.
Yeah.
Open, 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 open.
Why won't it work?
Yeah.
Did somebody touch this with the rod of cancellation?
Oops, that would be so bad. Oh my god.
Yeah. Actually, he's going to move across for his movement action
Sure.
and ready a burning hand spell. And if they poke their nose out of the window, they're going to get it burned off.
Okay, yeah, that's not bad. Fair enough. Works for me. Alrighty. And well and truly that does happen. You see him, his horns are, he has 4, I believe. Don't you have 4, buddy? Yeah, a couple of them curve like back away from his face, whereas 2 points straight up. He almost kind of looks like he has a giant pentagram face. Leaning out is this man carrying about the size of like Delvin's palm, a bottle full of this viscous red liquid, and he chucks it at Delvin.
Oh dear.
There's a ready to action.
Okay.
I will make a reflex save. Actually, a lot of people will make reflex saves because they're still going to be in the way. They just have buffs. I don't know why I asked you to roll something. I'm sorry, this shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
There is now that.
Yeah.
So I need to double check what cover gives me. I think it's a +2 on reflex saves, isn't that right? Cover and text. I should cover and they get +2s. Okay, that's what I thought. Neat. So what is my DC?
14 plus caster level, which is going to be 1, I believe.
Okay, understood.
Plus intelligence, so that's going to be a 15.
Got you.
Sorry, a 14.
Also good. Alright, so we'll start with the tieflings. Because there are several that are going to get hit there. And I have 1 pass for half. I have 2 passes for half. I have 1 failure. That's me. And then we have our other friend, who's a little more important. So I have to grab his stats from the book. Where are you, buddy? You're not just a tiefling. You're a special tiefling. You have bombs. Kaboom! So then he has plus that, and then 2 more for being in cover. And
Why did they do this to you?
I'm sorry?
Oh, I'm reading something
Ah, fair enough.
that they put out, and they gave a character 2 of the 3 most important things and didn't give them the 3rd.
Strange. Okay, so I have 2 failures and 2 successes, if you could roll damage for me.
Okay, and that's 3d4. 1, 2, 3,
5, 9. Okay.
9.
So there is a lot of cackling in Abyssal as you fire up at tieflings who are able to dodge out of the way. And you see, like, some of them even like in the process of their dodging, they stick their hand out into the fire and just how warm and toasty, good, and they like dodge out of the way before anything would actually hurt them, as mechanically their resistance soaks it up. And the rest of them, the ones that failed, will take all 9 minus some numbers. There are some of the screams of like trying to like jest at you are accompanied with like actual severe sounds of pain and anguish. In any case, I'm gonna roll to hit Delvin with a bam. I'm gonna go bang with a bam. There's bam, it goes bang, and I'm going to throw it, and it's plus that. Plus boom, bang. This is targeting Delvin's touch armor class. 27.
Yeah, that would hit.
Alrighty, plus that equals boo. 11 points of fire damage. Delvin is on fire.
Ow.
And I do believe Delvin is unconscious.
Okay. Would you like to use your hero
Fine.
point?
Yes.
Is it going to come down to Tempe shows up at full health with all her resources and saves the day again?
I'm still here.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Also, I see the message from what Adam has sent me, and yeah, I totally agree. I had saw that when I had got this ready, and it did give me a confusion, but I'm thankful that it is that way, I'll say. Anywho, the blast radius goes out 10 feet on his bomb because he's a special boy, and so all of the wizards and Compy need to make reflex saves. Chompy. Chompy is a Compy. His name is not Compy. His name is Chompy.
Well, yeah, he dodges for a full 8 points, so that would be a no.
Indeed.
Oh boy, those poor wizards.
That one passes.
Oh, I'm sorry. That actually should be 2 less. So,
Still passes.
but it's
though.
still above 20.
Mm-hmm. The 18 also passes. The 15 just barely passes. So I don't play alchemists a whole lot, and I'm brain farting. The splash from an alchemist's bomb, is it reflex for half or reflex to negate? I think Adam probably knows this.
Splash deals 1 damage. You can reflex for none or all of it, because if it's an alchemist, you add your intelligence, I believe.
Okay, duly noted. In that case, lots of people dodge except for that 8. That 8 will take the minimum damage from my bomb, which is 5 fire damage. And then, worth noting, Delvin uses his hero point to cheat death.
Yes.
So Delvin's unconscious at what number?
-1.
-1, and is still on fire. So that's a thing. Moving forward, it passes now to Grazak.
Alright, I need to clean up here real quick and just smack this stupid worm thing.
Okay.
Hell is reaching the gate. Reset it. Okay.
Yeah, that hits. You nailed it. Noted.
Is it
Can we
still
not
alive?
fail missions by rolling terribly for once? That'd be nice.
He does die if you would have flavored that kill for me.
No time to flavor. Just punt the worm head off of it completely and start shouting for the other soldiers to stop loitering around and get to the gate, as I'm going to now do the same.
No time for flavor text. Pooh, run to the gate.
Back.
Fair enough. All right, sure. Make it so, number 1. If
I don't do it.
you've used a standard action, you have a move action still.
Okay.
Why do I?
And I think I can only move this far.
Okay.
You
Can
just
you,
got
and
I've...
if you could make a fortitude save for me.
Oh, me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a sec. I have a very high fortitude.
and passes for nothing. You smell it as you move into it. Kind of, I guess it probably
it
smells
still stinks.
not unlike a stink bomb, that kind of smell as you move forward. But you're fine. You are unaffected by the grossness. And then it's on Malorn.
Malorn is going to he's going to charge to here.
Okay. And then he would need to make a fortitude save.
Of course.
Oof.
And that would be a no.
Indeed. Alrighty, here's a D8. Watch me roll a 1 again. No, I rolled a 3! It's a new thing! Whee! What do I do to you? Let's take a look at you here. Wrath of the Righteous Treasures on a 3. Okay, that one's not as fun as I thought it might be. 5 points of fire damage as Malorn's beard singes.
Okay, he's down 11 hit points.
Okay.
I don't know where that puts him.
Understood. Let me make a double check here. The fall of that. I think he has 15 hit points, if I remember correctly. He has 22 hit points. He's down 11, so he's gone to half.
Okay.
So he's done a move action. What will be next?
Reload his crossbow and see if he can shoot anyone poking their nose out.
Okay. Yeah, you would have, they have covered you, but there are 4 individuals, basically 1, 2, 3, 4 from the left of these wizards along the wall. One of them is clearly some kind, he's getting ready to throw another bomb. He's, in one hand, he has a vial with some kind of liquidy thing, and in the other there's a teeny tiny little, much smaller vial that he intends to drop into it. The other 3 just carry crossbows.
Yeah. Well, the alchemist, if I can take a shot at him, I would love to.
Sounds good.
No, wait, yeah. That is almost definitely not enough to hit.
He has a +1 to hit with his light crossbow. It sticks into the wall. And
Where is he on the map right now, the alchemist?
they're on the 2nd floor firing down from the rookery area thing, but I will here. Malorn's gonna go on a magical adventure. Alchemist, archer, archer, archer. Firing down at y'all. And then after that, Tempe's still last, but she's not here. Those things happen. I'm gonna take a shot at Malorn, I think. One of the tieflings sees this bolt fly in, it sticks in, he laughs maniacally, and then fires back. For a total of 10, which misses wide. Never mind. He also was bad. All right, Jason, both of your wizards, please make fortitude saves.
They need to get out of there.
I see a 12. And a 12. Nice. Okay, so then the first thing that happens...
Here.
The wizard on the left, or whichever one you are counting as your first wizard's hit points, takes 2 points of acid damage. Wizard the second, I forget what 7 does. What's 7 do? This thing does so many fun effects to us. Hurrah! A 7 is... I keep hitting all the boring stuff. Oh well. And so the second one takes 4 points of electric damage. And it is on their initiative.
Okay. Chime again.
Alrighty, caster level check. So plus 11. Oh god, are you serious?
Plus,
Let me double check that that item because I feel like that should have. Chime of opening. I want to make sure because I feel like that should get it. The chime must be pointed at the item or gate to be loosed or opened, which must be visible and known. The chime is then struck and a clear tone rings forth. The wielder then can make a caster level check against the lock or binding using the chime's caster level in place of her own. The DC of this check is equal to the disabled device DC to open the lock or binding. And so then in total you have a 29. I'm going to reopen the Gray Garrison, and I want to make sure I have this right. That either opens it or it does not open it. The 29 is not enough. The chime resonates. This time the door kind of visibly shakes as if it were possessed. It, like, you can see the lock, like the handle where the key would go just begins like spinning 90 miles an hour, but nevertheless a 29 does not get there.
okay.
Jeez Louise. Wait, can you use a... No, wait, he can't use the hero point to do that. Never
He
mind.
does not have a hero point.
Not anymore.
He is a NPC wizard and never had a hero point to start.
Sorry, I thought it was Delvin.
Nah, Delvin is lying on the ground on fire.
We probably do need to fall back.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what's happened is one wizard has used a standard action.
Okay. The other thing, I will have the... Okay.
Fall back.
He will prepare... he will prepare to cast Mage Hand as a cantrip.
Oh, okay. Understood. And then you have one more wizard.
And he shall cast Quarterstaff
Sure.
at the Alchemist.
At the Alchemist. I'm sure that hits on the dice. For 2 points of damage. Alrighty. Let me be double sure that hits on the dice. I have a +2 to my AC. And you're adding your int to this. So that would hit. And he takes that much damage. He leans out the quarterstaff, opes him in the head. He snarls and spits at you.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
And if he has... yeah, that should do it.
Alrighty, so
For
Delvin is stable at -1. Delvin is on fire. So the dice are either going to be really kind to Delvin right now, or they're going to be really unkind. First things first. 4 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Second thing, you are still unconscious, which means you cannot, you fail the fortitude save.
Yeah.
And I roll a 3, which is 5 points of 3 was fire damage. Yes. And then Chompy needs to make the save too.
Okay.
And that is exactly what he needed. So Chompy is good. And it is Chompy's initiative.
Chompy is going to run for cover.
Okay, sounds good. Alrighty, so after that happens, both of Dick's fighters.
Okay. They're just gonna move up to... Okay, hold on. I need to make sure that they can... Would that require a double move? 5, 10, 20... No, that's 5, 10, 15, 20... Can they... Did the alchemist or any of the tieflings still have concealment?
None of them have concealment, they all have cover.
Okay, well, I forget what the rules are for having the cover to attack.
They have a
from
+2 to
range.
their AC.
Okay, well, I gotta have them try and shoot them from afar with the crossbows.
Okay, before that happens, if they could both make fortitude saves for me.
Okay. Yes, they can certainly try.
That passes. That does
That
not.
does not pass.
So the one sitting on the line takes, I think that's the only damage type I haven't done. I'm pretty sure. 4 points of a number and that, or of a type, and I want to say that one was ice damage, cold damage. I'm gonna double check. I rolled 5. 5 is, yes, 4 points of cold damage as her, like, she smells the stinky smell of gas and then, like, her blood begins to freeze.
Okay. Well, they're, in any case, trying to power through that. They're going to try and take some pot shots at the alchemist to try and get them off our friend's backs.
Sounds good.
That
15
probably
misses.
doesn't hit.
Both crossbow bolts stick into the wall. Or rather, it's a wooden wall. It break on the wall and down.
You two are so incompetent. I am. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy, indeed. Is that all?
Yeah,
Alrighty.
for now. But Razak, on the other hand, is going to try and pull Delvin out of there.
Got you. So then we have that happens, that happens, that happens, that happens, that happens. Jason has one more wizard who needs to make a fortitude save.
How are they not dead yet?
They have been rolling surprisingly well on fortitude saves, and it's a fort to negate kind of thing. And yet again, they are perfectly fine.
Delvin, do you need to learn the stomach of the wizard?
Yeah, these guys have got it made.
Well, okay. Wizard number 3 is going to come over to me. Whatever combination of these works. Move over to me. That should be, what, a 5-foot step. Drop a potion of Cure Light Wounds down my gullet. He had 2 before beginning.
Of course.
And try to put the fire out.
Okay, so putting out the fire is a full round action. But he certainly can feed you a potion. Actually, so it's been a long time since I played a fire alchemist, but since Delvin will be prone, if Delvin were to go back to conscious from HP damage, he would get a sizable buff to put himself out, because literally you are on stop, drop, and roll.
Okay. Then, and Cure Light Wounds does
1d8 plus the level of the potion. Maximum
and
5.
I think it's okay. It doesn't specify level on it. So a 3.
At least 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
It says potions of Cure Light Wounds 2. So since it says potions, I'm assuming that's 2 of them.
Makes sense.
So anywhere between 4 and 8, midpoint would be 6.
Yeah, I'm going to say it wasn't written down, so it's hard to say where it came from, so I'm going to call it minimum and say it's 4.
Okay.
And if that is all for him, I'm going to shoot at some fighters, starting with the fighter on the line.
Oh dear.
Boom, bam. 18 to hit her?
Not quite. Actually, no, because I have my crossbow out, I don't have my shield up. So that just barely hits.
For 8 points of piercing damage.
She's down.
She's down. And then firing at the other one with a 13 to hit, probably doesn't get there.
Misses.
Alrighty. And Nick, your wizard.
I'll have him move up to here.
Okay.
And on the line, is that where the fortitude save is?
Yes. He is
Okay.
just out of the line.
All right.
I'm trying to think of what to do here.
Well,
Oh boy.
the easiest thing that, like, the wizard is smart. Grazik is not dumb. You guys have run into a wall, basically. There's something there that's hurting people. Delvin's down, and it's kind of almost a matter of time before they pick you guys off from there, unless you were to come up with another plan pretty quick.
Oh boy. You know what? I'm gonna have him cast Enlarge Person on Grezek.
Okay, understood. And
I don't know how to make my token bigger.
it takes a round to cast, so we will, when it comes back around to your wizard, you will be a big boy, assuming you're standing next to him.
Oh wait, crap! I forgot about the full round thing.
Yeah, you can, if you want to renege that, I'll let you renege it.
Yeah, I'll renege that.
Enlarged person has a range.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh, it does.
Yep.
Oh, a range of what?
Probably close.
It's like 25 plus cast level, so
For 5 feet, right? It'd be a range of 30 feet. Stay within 30 feet of him and you're fine.
Okay. All right. Would this be within 30 feet?
5, 10, 15,
5,
20,
10,
and 25. Yeah.
20, 25,
Yep, that is just at 30 feet.
30. Okay, good.
That's it, before you move.
Yep.
10, 20, 30, 40. So it would take a -8 to target Grazik's touch. We're going to chuck a bomb at the man carrying the shiny teeth. Grazik, and as the wizard begins to incant, Grazik looks up at the fortifications and there's another bomb comes swinging his direction.
And now the readied cantrip from my wizard magus comes into play.
You would like to try to grab it out of the air with Mage Hand?
Actually, I'd like to just... I see it come over. I just want to tap it back onto the battlements.
Okay. I'm reading Mage Hand. He throws the thing. The thing goes out into the air. You are able to... You can't propel it back, but you can catch it. You point your finger at an object and can lift it and move it. It certainly weighs 5 pounds or less. So the thing goes flying through the air. I'll mark it on the board. Here's a giant amoeba. That can be a bomb. Hooray. It lands, it'll go here before it gets caught midair by a mage hand. It's 15 feet in the air as it hovers there. It's a move action on your turn to move it as far as 15 feet in any direction. Unfortunately, that does mean I don't get to bomb anybody, and it goes to Grazik.
Okay. Well, I am going to run up here and try... Now, the fire hasn't been put out on him yet, right?
Correct.
Start slapping him. It's a 4-round action to do that, though?
Yeah, and make a fort save.
Correct. Okay, well, I'll do the fort save first.
Passes on the dice. Nice.
In that case, I'm just going to lay on hands him to get him a bit more...
Sounds good.
bit more juice.
Alrighty, we'll make it so.
Yep. And that will be... 4 health goes back to you.
Fair enough. Does that get Delvin back up?
That takes me up to 1.
Nice! So Delvin wakes up on fire, laying on the ground.
Now I'm going to... Get your ass out of there.
Alright, so that was a move in a standard, so now it passes to Malorn, and Malorn needs to make a fort save.
Okay, Malorn needs to make a fort save.
And passes on the
Okay.
dice. Nice. These wizards are made of the best stuff. They are the best wizards.
Going to cast a grease spell up on the battlements. Whatever the most efficient box of 10 by 10 to catch them.
You can grab... it's awkward, but you can grab most of them.
Okay.
So, yeah, you can... Yeah. Okay, so I'll make reflex saves. What's my DC? You don't know, you're not looking at a sheet.
Nope.
I'm going to roll the dice. And we'll see what happens. I'm sure 27 is more than good enough. The 12 is not. So you definitely hear the sound of somebody whoop and fall prone.
Okay.
Will there be anything else?
I believe that's all he can do.
Alrighty, fair enough. Then we'll go. Tempe is still last. And we have... I'm going to take a... This will probably be the last round before we call it a night. I'm going to take a
Why
pot
are
shot.
we counting Tempe in the initiative right now if we're not even...
Because it's funny to say she always goes last is why. I think it's hilarious. She rolls a minus 99 on initiative. She's real bad. Alright, so Tiefling is going to do a fire at... Actually, I need to really quickly... Oh, because he's... Pause yourself, not using around there. Okay. So what's going to happen is the bomb is 15 feet in the air. It's far enough away that it's not going to hurt anybody. It's going to be... It's a really difficult shot, but they're going to try it. And it's a 16. That probably misses. The Tiefling sees what's going on, pulls his crossbow, fires at the bomb, and his arrow kind of just barely misses the side of it. And Jason's wizards.
First and foremost, they dropped a bomb. We should return it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's real fair. And fun fact, an alchemist bomb becomes inert a round after, and it hasn't been around to get back to his. So, like, it's right now if you want this thing to go off, basically.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
So
There's
as a move action, you can direct the bomb 15 feet.
So I can make it onto the battlement.
Pretty
Just.
much. Mm-hmm.
If I have an idea of where he is, I'm just gonna do it where I get the maximum benefit. So
Okay. Got you. So
just
it was there.
back up.
Right here. Whoop, that's not... You don't know that's there. Whoosh. So 5, 10, 15 would put it there. You could slam it into the battlement. But the thing about Mage Hand is not enough pressure to, like, you couldn't throw it, nor could you try to attack with it.
I'm not so much trying to attack with it as just drop it back up over the...
Okay. So that is as far as you can move it that turn, though. But I guess technically you could just have your other wizard cast Mage Hand again, and then just push it the rest of the way. Yeah, fair enough.
That is
Yep.
legit strategy.
Okay. Can both those wizards make fort saves?
Okay. Of course not.
No, they're the best wizards. They're the greatest. They've been clinching these fort saves the whole time, and there it is. Study hard, kids. Be librarians. Become powerful. No.
You had to say something.
I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, so an 8. That's a different one. Okay. So it doesn't harm anything. The plan resolves. I'll make the dice rolls. But the second wizard begins, like, his adrenaline kicks on, basically, and just constantly runs. He rapidly starts shaking and sweating and almost panting. And for the next 2 hours, he receives a +2 bonus on initiative checks, but takes a -2 on dexterity-based skill checks due to uncontrollable trembling. So that's a weird thing that this bomb does, and I was very lucky to have it just constantly do elemental damage the whole time. It's not hard to hit a square. You could just let go of the bomb and it falls. So now I have to make some reflex saves. May the odds ever be in your favor. I do not have cover from this. It is being dropped at my feet. That's not good. It goes boom. It's gonna hurt. Where am I? I am in that chamber. But I moved myself. It took me like 4 rounds to get up there, but we got there. And we're going to do a dodge. We have a plus this. I need to beat my own DC of 14. Well, good. Good. And then the
Good
other
for us.
tieflings. Indeed. And the tieflings. The tieflings have a better reflex save, I believe. A reflex save of actually, no, theirs is worse. Hooray! Gotta beat a 14. Can we beat a 14? Can we beat a 14? I beat a 14 and negate it. I beat a 14 and negate it. I don't beat a 14 and don't negate it. So they take splash damage, which is minimum, which is 5. 3d6 plus 2's minimum damage is 5. Unfortunately, both of them absorb it with their resistances.
Is that including the intelligence modifier?
Yes, 3d6 plus 2.
Yeah.
He's not the brightest boy.
He's brighter than the average boy.
Indeed. In any case, so I've seen a move action from one wizard, a standard, and a move action from the other.
And if one of them has the ability... Okay, so we're going to resolve number 3?
Okay.
Or
Okay. No, there's one of your wizards has a standard action. The one who would cast Mage Hand last turn.
ram another potion down my gullet.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep.
Roll that d8 as I move forward with time. That happens, that happens, that happens, things happen. It actually does pass to Delvin.
Ooh, 7
Nice.
points.
On fire on the
So
floor.
that
is
puts
Delvin.
me to there. And this happened. This knocked me out after I enlarged, correct?
You had cast it on yourself, so that you were in the process of casting and then went down, so you were not huge.
Okay.
The spell dissipates.
Okay, then
Run, fool.
the first thing I need to do is put the fire out.
All right, so then that
Do
is
it.
a full round action. You get a +4 on the save, and I will check what that save is. It's been a long time since Joe's Fire Alchemists, but hold up. A Firebomb! I'm sure it's some kind of dice roll involved.
Okay, 19 on the die.
+4. I'm sure that's enough. It takes you your whole round, but you are able to extinguish the flames. But could you make a fort save?
Okay.
I'm gonna try doing something that I probably should have done from the very beginning,
Okay.
but we don't really have. We probably won't even have time to do it though.
So, we rolled a 2. What happens on a 2? I have no idea what happens on a 2. Nothing bad. It's only the odd ones that do damage. So on a 2, you breathe in the gas as you're rolling around, and it gives you dark vision out to 30 feet, which does not stack with your present dark vision, but everyone notices Delvin's eyes start glowing a brilliant crimson. So yeah, that happened.
Okay.
This trap is
What
funny.
does that mean?
Maybe it is a good trap. It makes you guys question things. Alrighty.
Oh dear.
Nick, your fighters are on.
My fighters are on. They're gonna keep shooting.
Alrighty. They certainly have targets.
Yeah, they do. Okay. Let's see if they can actually hit them this time. Hey, I rolled a 20.
Before you confirm, what are you shooting at?
The Alchemist.
Okay, roll to confirm. Oof. Yeah, it does not confirm.
Ah, dang.
Let me double check. Hold up. It might confirm. That's a real good number. I gotta look at things. How are things to do? Here is me. That is yeah, that does not confirm. Definitely hits him though.
Ah. Okay, well. And only for 3
Oof.
damage.
Hey, 3 damage gets there. He stands up laughing too much about that misses. About the fire and how it doesn't hurt him, and then the arrow like comes almost to hit him in the dome, and he dodges, and it hits him in like the horn.
Okay.
Alrighty.
The other one probably doesn't hit.
The other one
That's
misses
okay.
pretty wide.
I believe you just
Oh,
clipped
boy.
his head nails.
Pretty much.
His head nails.
And Jason has one more wizard.
Who will cast Quarterstaff again?
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, don't think that hits.
To no
Have we just
avail.
given up at the chime at this point?
Given up what?
On the
On the
chime.
chime.
Yeah, we rolled an 18 and it didn't work.
It is unfortunate.
Hmm.
You sit here going, oh, look, a chime of opening. Let's use it on the thing. It does nothing.
Well,
It would have done something if I didn't know it required a caster level check to open a mundane lock. That's weird. Fair enough. In any case, Jason's wizard throws the stick. The stick doesn't miss. I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna shoot at these wizards. I think I wanna. These wizards are making. Nah, I'm gonna shoot Malorn. Malorn makes me full of anger, righteous anger. 18 to hit Malorn, who has a mage armor on himself. 21 to hit Malorn, who has a mage armor on himself. And I will do a grab, but not from the Haunting of Harrowstone. That's the wrong game. We'll go here, and we'll do a scroll, and we're doing a scroll. Here we go, doing a scroll. Yeah. Okay. Boom, bang, boom. His armor class is right now is 18. So both of those connect for boom. For 10 points of piercing damage as they both fire down into Malorn. One like pushes into the mage armor and hits him, whereas the other one just flat breaks it and sticks in his arm.
He's at 1, by the way.
He's at 1,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yep.
And Nick, your wizard.
you know what? He'll just ready another mage hand in case another alchemist bomb decides to fly around at us.
Okay.
Because that seemed like a pretty valid strategy.
That wasn't bad. Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
I'll move up a little closer, though.
Okay. Fortitude save.
here. And I totally forgot about that. Oh, boy. Hey, you rolled it.
These are the best wizards you've ever
Wizards fortitude saves.
seen. Yeah.
Who'd have thought that'd be a thing?
Yeah, right. This is a strange
Right.
day. Okay. So I'm pretty smart. What else can I do? Not really a whole lot of much. I'm good at bombing people, but that's about it. So I will look at my stats. What else can I do? Can I just run down and start stabbing them with my dagger? That seems bad. Let's not do that. I think what we do
Just
is
a point of reference, how high are those walls?
15 feet to the top.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately. It's kind of all we got, so yeah, fair enough. I'll grab another amoeba. Actually, no. This time, I'd like it to be... Who will it be? What token will be it? It will be... Yeah, nobody. I'll just go ahead and grab the amoeba. And we're targeting Delvin, so it ends up... You grab it... Let's see, I go there. I can delete that second amoeba because it's now confusing, and someone will open that door. And why is there an amoeba? 5, 10, hanging over top, 15 feet in the air over Delvin and those wizards. You were able to just quickly grab the bomb.
Whew.
By the skin of your teeth, and it passes to Grazi.
Okay, so does the enlargement spell fire off now?
Yes, it fired off at the start of his turn. You are a big
Okay,
boy.
Yes, finally. Now, are there tokens for those tieflings that are on the ramparts?
Yes, you cannot see them. They are in a different room.
Oh, they're inside.
Yeah, they are firing down from out windows.
Okay. So there's no way to, like, just hit them. That would be great if I could just smash them.
Well, what you could
window
do
with a hammer,
is, first thing, make a fort save.
of course.
You could move to here, and you have, like, they have cover from you, but you could swing in. You pass.
I kind of want to try and get Delvin out of there first. We should probably fall back.
Okay, also good.
I don't know. I'm being undecisive here. Help me out here.
Attack.
Or just attack or try and smash the gate through. Since
No,
we're using the subtle-
attack them in the room. They're the biggest problem.
All right. Just imagine like it's like the scene from like a Godzilla scene where the giant eye just is peeping through the window.
Everybody kind of jumps back a little.
Just like, wait, what the hell?
Indeed.
All right, let's try and attack.
All right, Paladin.
It upgrades to a 2d6 from a 2d6 to a 2d8, right?
That is correct.
Yes.
Okay, I did not include that.
You're fine.
All right.
Go ahead and roll your to hit.
Okay. Wonder if I should smite this guy. Just for good measure.
Your call, Ace.
Yeah. You know what? It's fine. I'll just smack him.
Okay.
Why can I not pull up my thing? Alright, here we go. Okay, I want to use a hero point to reroll that.
Deal. Duly noted. A 17 does miss. You connect with the wall,
God.
basically.
Man.
Alrighty, is that all from Grazik?
That's all I can do. I can try and bite him through the
Can I give him
window,
a
but I
plus
doubt that
4?
would work.
Probably can't give him a +4. You're not on the battlefield and stuff. There
try and
is,
bite
that
him with a
happens.
barrel.
You can't bite him because you can't full attack. So basically it falls to Malorn, then
you're
Tempe
right.
is
Yeah,
last,
yeah, you're
and
right. I
then,
can't
then
full
we're
attack.
good. So Malorn has one more action and a fort save, if Malorn wouldn't mind. Just showing us those huge, massive dwarf fort save numbers.
Yeah.
Passes on the dice.
19 on the die.
Killing it.
And he is hurting, so he's going to join Chompy.
Alright, fair enough. And at the bottom of the initiative, Tempe is last. And then that is where we're going to call it for tonight. So that was the thing that happened. We have run to the walls. There have been many bombs. There have been many mass inflict spells. There has been an item that Paizo has given you to open a door that requires a caster level check that doesn't. Seems funny to me, but fair enough. It is what it is, I suppose. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching on Twitch as well. We had quite a bit of a crowd there for a little bit. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and we'll be back at it in 2 weeks for the Grey Garrison Part 2. Say bye, guys.
Bye.